is a book written by Rebbe Mishakolov, Talmid Hagrai, is a student of the Vilna Gaon. Sefer Kol HaTor. This book deals with the subject of the process of the redemption according to Kabbalah, which is exactly what we're talking about now. We know the announcement, the declaration of redemption of the Rebbe in the year 1991 through 1992 until his passing in 1994. And passing means he passed the torch of redemption. To understand what happened, the darkness and everything else, we actually go to the arch nemesis of Chassidus, the father of the Misnagdim, the Vilna Gaon. And in this sefer about the process of redemption, he reveals the secret of redemption. And we find out the secret of redemption is the secret of Moshiach ben David and Moshiach ben Yosef. There's two Mashiachim, one from Yosef, one from David. Moshiach ben Yosef is the greatness of Torah, and in Moshiach ben David is the greatness of self-nullification and the world of action, which means ego nullification. Yosef is the epitome of ego. Ani Yosef. When Yosef reveals himself to his brothers, he says Ani Yosef. David could never reveal himself. He didn't say Ani David. He said Ani Tefillah. I am prayer. He was referring to himself as to the higher supernal world. He doesn't exist. Whereas Yosef says, Ani Yosef, I'm Yosef. So Yosef knew himself. Yosef felt himself. Which in the time of Galus, this was revealed in the way of Torah scholarship. This is why the splitting of the nation of Israel, and which was the beginning of exile, really, destruction, came from Yeravam ben Nevat, who was the grandfather of Moshiach ben Yosef, who was himself from the tribe of Ephraim, tribe of Yosef, from the children of Yosef, and they were the greatest Torah scholars, and yet they sinned, and they caused the masses to sin. Yeravam didn't let people go to Yerushalayim anymore to bring sacrifices. So many mitzvahs are connected with going on the 3 regalim to Yerushalayim, because he was afraid they will go to Yehuda, they will convert to the kingdom of Yehuda, they will go out, they will change kingdoms. And this was after the splitting of the Jewish people. So again, you notice that this time of exile, and this is before the destruction of the first temple, which was the source of all exiles. We have the process of going into Egypt, coming out in the redemption from Egypt, and then we have the build up to the greatest of all levels, which is the building of the Beis HaMikdash, with all the stories of David and the wars with Amalek, and until really we have the Beis HaMikdash, which was the purpose of creation, and from there starts the descent again, slowly until 1,500 years after the destruction of the first temple, the redemption with Purim, the building of the second temple, until the destruction of the second temple, which brought into this 2,000-year exiles, all leading up to the true and complete redemption by Moshiach. So from the height of the first temple, there was a descent which purpose was to get up to Moshiach and the world to come, and all these things are coming up in our generation. Now, the descent after the temple to get to Moshiach happened with a split. That's why the split in the Jewish people was the beginning of exile. But it's also the key of redemption. That's why there's 2 Mashiachim. That's why the Haftarah for Parshat Vayigash, the prophecy the Yechezkel gets on the redemption, it says, you have to take a tree for Yosef and take a tree for Yehuda and put them together. Which means heal the 2 parts. And David Malki Nasi Laim Leilam, and my servant David will be the king over them forever, which means the greatness of Moshiach ben David over Moshiach ben Yosef. So the Misnagdim, as soon as the revelation of the Baal Shem Tov, the holy Baal Shem Tov, came about, in preparation for the light of Mashiach, and the lights of Mashiach was starting to be revealed through the Nesim of Chabad, from the Baal Shem Tov to the Maggid to the Alter Rebbe, which was the beginning of putting these lights of Atzmus Ein Sof in the Seichel, and all these inyanim that connected the lights of Mashiach into this world through the science, the Torah of Chassidus, which is the revelations of Pnimis Torah, and much deeper now, using a Pnimis Torah to have the most intimate revelation of Hashem in a way that is comprehensible, but to intellect and experience in a physical being, which is what the revelation of Moshiach is. It's a little deep point, but it kind of explains the essence of the Torah of Chassidus. It's not the place here, and kind of makom levav. However, as this revelation came into the world, they snagged us. Had to come a force opposing it, because the point is for these 2 forces to hit each other until it becomes revealed in the world in synthesis. Every time you have a thesis, you need a antithesis. And together, through synthesis, you have what you were originally supposed to reveal. Obviously, in the time of Galus, it becomes conflict. It's in an impure way. So that's why half of the story of Mashiach came in Yehuda. We know that the Rebbe was a great-great-grandson of David HaMelech, and he filled the halachic requirements of the Rambam to the T for Mashiach, and then he disappears. Then he passes on to us. The Vilna Gaon explains the process. Mashiach ben Yosef is going to be the one who's going to reveal the redemption in a natural way from within the world, which sets the ground for the miraculous dimension of the redemption to begin with the clouds of glory and all these miraculous things leading up to the resurrections of the dead. That's associated with Mashiach ben David. And it's funny, it is a second coming. It's kind of because what the Kabbalah explains, the revelation of this level called Atik, which is the level of Mashiach. It says it's Nimsa, Misalem, or Misgale. It has to happen through 3 stages. It's found, it is concealed, and it is revealed again. Found means before it wasn't, and there it was, or it always was there, and it was found. Matzasi David Avdi. So the Pasuk says about Mashiach, I found my servant David. When we found, he was always there, now I found him. All of a sudden we recognize this reality in the world, which is Mashiach. And then Mashiach is concealed. Why does it have to be concealed? Because when it was found, it was a revelation from above. For that to transform creation, be revealed from within creation, it's like a seed having to rot and merge with the earth in order to have the tree come out of it. So the first stage is this seed level, which is, as the Rebbe says, the avir of Mashiach, the air of Mashiach, which is higher than the or of Mashiach, which is higher than the light of Mashiach. And this is very deep Kabbalistic extent. The light of Mashiach is the revelation of Mashiach. The avir of Mashiach is the air. That's the source of revelation. And we know the light is source in the air. Without air, you don't have light. Light in Hasidus means revelation, and Kabbalah as well. The metaphor. Every time you see in Kabbalah the term light, it really means revelation. Darkness means concealment. So the air, which is higher than the light, which is the air of Mashiach, which is higher than the revelation of Mashiach. So there's an aspect of Mashiach that's higher than being revealed. And it's kind of like Sefer Kol HaTor and godliness. It cannot be revealed in the world. But it's here. This is how Mashiach is in the first stage. That's the concealment level. Then when it's being discovered from below, all of a sudden it becomes through creation and it's re-revealed again, but this time from below. Kind of like a much simpler mashal. If when a teacher wants to teach something to a student, first he tells him that this thing exists. And then he doesn't tell him about it and let the student ask questions and find it on its own, by which he has united himself with the idea. And then the teacher will teach him again, telling him much higher levels, now that the student became a vessel for it. And this process is called the process of redemption. Now, for this, we have to reconcile 2 concepts in the Talmud, which the down with the stuff himself, which is in the Talmud redemption says, Be'ita achishena. In its time, I will speed it up. Now, what it means, if time says, so the Chazal say, if they merit it, it will come, I will speed it up. If not, it's time. So there's a time for redemption. Through merit, we speed it up. We actually learned that really it's 2 parallel realities. They both exist at the same time. Whenever the redemption is, will be its time, and we will find out how it was speeded up. Now, also what it means is that at any given moment, Mashiach can come here, and the miraculous aspect of redemption can come into play at any given moment right now. The more we learn about Mashiach, the more mitzvahs that we do, and this is really explains why the Rebbe, for the whole time that he's saying this, he's realizing with his Ruach HaKodesh that Mashiach's in the world, and he's waiting for this miraculous revelation, because any moment then was already meritorious, it was already possible for this miraculous revelation. And this is still true now, at any given moment. At the same time, while we wait, we are playing out the Be'ita, at its time scenario, which were there now from all aspects, as is evident by the fact that we're now discussing these things. So again, we have the Vilna Gaon approach of Mashiach ben Yosef. By learning Mashiach ben Yosef, we will understand the darkness of Gimel Tammuz and what happened to Lubavitcher Rebbe and where is he and how is he Mashiach and why is he Mashiach and all this stuff. And what do we have to do to live in this consciousness and really bring about the redemption b'Pol Mamash? Chaim.